let's move on.
Move on.
Cole Hocker. Cole Hocker, Cooper Teare, going for the American record in the mile Friday night. They're calling their shot. Gordon, I have the case for and the case against Hocker/Teare getting the American record, and we're bunching them together. These two are linked forever in their career until they start doing something separate. It's just like Hocker Teare, Teare Hocker, all together. So they ran 350 last year, pretty much at the same time of year, and now they're 1 year better. Second point, if you look at their 3K tune-up that they did last year, 746. This year, 739. And they did it basically at the same time of the year. So they're trending a little quicker. So that's my reasoning for why they could break it, why they could get Legate's record. Also, third point, they don't need to improve that much, right? They were 350, they need to run 349. It's not a huge jump up in performance. However, here's why I think they could run into some trouble. How fast is that track? We don't know. We know that Fayetteville is very fast. 2, the pacing was ideal last year, and you can never take pacing for granted. And then finally, how mile shape ready are they? And this pertains more to Cooper Teare than it does to Cole Hocker, because at this point last year, when Cooper Teare ran the 350, he had several mile races under his belt. Hocker did not, but Teare was in a lot more races prior to that 350. Now, you could say, hey, none of that matters because we just saw how fast they ran at Millrose. They're ahead of schedule, so it doesn't matter. That statistic supersedes the amount of races that they've run in. But Bernard Lagat's time, 349.89. He's going to be in the house, he said, for this meet in Chicago, so he's going to get to see it. So I will ask you, Gordon, does one of them break it? Do both of them break it? Or does Lagat's record stand?
Well, it's either going to be both or none. I think in a situation they both will break it or neither will break it because they're going to be in the same race pace. They're going to be executing the same race strategy, right? Because they're just together.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go with that. So it's either going to be 2 or 0. So the question: will we have a new top 2? And I'm gonna have to go with. I'm going with a no, and I'm going purely based off of the unknown of the track. I think we kind of underestimate the how
Yeah.
much a track helps, especially on indoor. A track helps for fast times. We
Yeah.
know that Fayetteville's good. Obviously, BU Millrose is typically good. Um, I'm kind of worried about that, and so I'm going to go with they don't get it. I think they're going to be close, but I think they just maybe they might run another 350, maybe a 351. But I do think if they want to, they do that, and then 2 weeks later they go to BU, and then they run like 348. Like I think this is going to be attempt 1 of 2. I think they get in attempt 2, just not in attempt 1.
Interesting. All right.
So I'm
I
going with a
thought,
3. I'm going 350 in this race, and then they run 348 2 weeks from now.
okay. Well, that would follow the pattern from Teare last year because he ran, he had a 355. I think he might have, and we had some DMRs as well too. He had a good amount of races in. I thought for sure you were going to say yes, and then I was going to be the guy who said, "Hey, let's hold on now. Let's check out the track.
Actually,
Let's make sure."
hold on.
Uh
I might be changing my mind. So it turns out USA's is 2 weeks from now. So this is probably their only attempt. So I'm changing my mind that they're going to get it. They're going to get it. They're going to get it. This is their only attempt. 349.8. That's what they're going to run. Changing
yeah.
my mind.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
Near miss for the reasons I outlined. And again, all it takes is a slight error in the pacing for this thing to go haywire. Here's the other reason why they, I is it an advantage or disadvantage to have the other person there? Do you think?
Advantage.
All right. Well, some people would say you get wrapped up in the race at a certain point, but these guys have run so much together. Maybe that's not the point.
I think it's advantage.
Travis just says that this is great. In an interview after Milrose, Hocker said they hadn't done speed work yet. So still waiting on that
No one
speed
ever
work.
does speed work. That's like the
No,
classic. Yeah, we get to do speed work. No one, everyone keeps
mm,
on saying speed work hasn't happened yet. You don't do speed work until basically after your final.
season's over.
Like, oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
Still haven't done
Gatlin,
speed work yet. Still working on it. Gatlin hasn't done his speed work yet. He's still waiting
well,
to do his speed work.
he's going to retire. Now that he's retired, he can finally do speed work.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
that's what he should have
Exactly.
added at the end of the Instagram post. He should have said, "With that being said, I am prepared to finally start doing some speed work." I'm saying, yeah, I'll go over on the world record or on the American record over 3.